Hi everyone, this is Professor Mayungar and you are watching ERUDIRE Plus, the professional CAD/CAM solution provider. Let's get started.
Hello viewers, this is our 29th exercise and we'll be modeling this one using Autodesk Fusion 360. Here we are having 5 different views. You can see this is the front one, this is top, this is side, and this is sectional one, and together with that we are having one isometric view also, right? From these different views, it is evident that it is better to start from the front view. We can plan a different way also. So it is better to start with this view. Initially we'll make this pin, and next to that at the bottom surface we'll make this rectangular plate, and again some distance away we'll make the same thing again here itself. We can repeat the process and make the same rectangular plate some distance away, right? So without wasting time, let us start our modeling using Autodesk Fusion 360. First of all, we need to create a new design, and we can save this one by the name of exercise 29, and we can save it to a specific folder by the name of Fusion. Let us save it. You can see here that exercise 29 is saved already, and as I told before, we can start modeling this one from different views, right? Let us see the drawing again. For initiating the sketch, we can do one thing. We can make a sketch of this profile, and that can be revolved 360 degree with respect to the central axis. This is one way. Or another thing we can do, we can start from the top plane and make some concentric circles, and that can be extruded to different depths to make this pin, right? So different ways are available. You can follow any one of them. In normal cases, we'll make one half of this profile, and that will be revolved with respect to the central axis. But in this case, we'll be doing something different. So what we'll do is we'll make some concentric circles, and the circles will be having diameter 50 mm, 40 mm, 30 mm. As this is a hollow one, so inner one will be actually having diameter of 22 mm. So we'll make 4 concentric circles of diameter 50, 40, 30 and 22 mm, and total depth of extrusion equal to 110 mm. And from bottom it will be extruded to a depth of 50 mm, next one 30, and again the final one also 30 mm, right? So accordingly we'll start sketching from the top view. We are initiating sketch from here, and as I told, we start from top plane, and we need to start sketching circles. As a shortcut for circle, hit C, and we can start sketching circles on that. We'll make circles of diameter 30, 40, 50 and 22. Let us hit 22. Done. Again the second circle, it will be having diameter of 30 mm, right? 30, and enter. Done. Third one will be having diameter of 40 mm, and fourth one will be having diameter of 50 mm. This is not defined, so we can put diameter of this one as 40 mm. You can see all the sketches are having black color. That means the dimensions are fully defined. So we can finish the sketch, and that can be extruded to different depths, right? Fine. So we need to start extrusion or press wool. As a shortcut, we can hit Q, and it can be initiated. So starting with different section, and let us select this one, and we want to extrude this one in the backward direction by a depth of 30 mm. So write -30. Enter. This is extruded by a depth of 30 mm. We can pan this one, right? Done. Again start extrusion from here, and we need to select the profile. This is the profile, and that can be extruded in the negative direction by a depth of 60 mm. And that will be joined with the plane body. Okay, done. And finally the last one, again we need to do extrusion to a depth of total 110 mm. So start extrusion from here, and let us select the specific areas to be selected, and that to be extruded in the negative direction by a depth of 110 mm. Okay, right, -110. Done. We made this object, and also here we need to put some kind of fillet. Let us make the sketch to be off. Let us see the drawing again. In this case, we need to provide a fillet of radius 10 millimeter. So let us select the edges and you can provide fillet to this one as radius 10 millimeter. Okay, done. Right, fine. Now we can see the drawing again. So the pin is made. Now what we will do is, at the bottom surface we need to create this rectangular plate, and the plate will be having some specific holes at a specific distance away. The diameter of the holes will be actually 15 millimeter, and the rectangular plate is having length of 70 millimeter. Right, this is symmetric square plate of length and breadth equal to 70 millimeter, and at the corners of this plate some fillet is provided, and fillet radius is 10 millimeter. Okay, fine. So at the bottom of this pin we need to provide a sketch. So let us select the specific surface. So start sketching on this plane. Initially we'll make any rectangle. This will be arbitrary rectangle, and that to be made symmetric with respect to the central axis. Right, so to make a shortcut line, hit L. We can join this one to this one, and again we can join this one to this one, and we need to make this line constructions lines. So what we'll do is, we'll select the lines and hit X. Now these lines are construction lines. We need to make this rectangle symmetric with respect to these construction lines. So we need to provide some relations. Select the lines, you can provide the relation of symmetricity. This is symmetric with respect to this vertical line. Now the same thing to be done for the horizontal lines also. Let us select these horizontal lines, and again the axis. This will be symmetric. Now we need to provide smart dimensions. The total length of this one is 70 millimeter, and this distance is actually 35 millimeter. Done. And again from here to this one it will be again 35 millimeter, and also the distance from here to here is also 35 millimeter. The drawing is fully defined. Again, inside this one we need to provide some kind of circles. As a shortcut for circle, hit C, and we can provide a circle at any random position, and later on we can provide specific dimensions to make it complete. Right, so let us provide the diameter of this one as 15 millimeter. Done. And we can see the drawing again. To see the location, the distance between two circles actually 50 millimeter. So from left hand side it will be having a distance of 10 millimeter, and again this is also 10 millimeter. That is, from extreme ends it is having a distance of 10 millimeter. Right, and at this corners also we need to provide 4 fillets of radius 10 millimeter. Right, so starting fillet on the corners. This one will be having a fillet radius of 10 millimeter. Done. And the same thing to be provided here also. And again fillet to be provided at the extreme bottom side. We have provided 4 fillets of radius 10 millimeter, and the distance of this hole to be defined again. The distance of this circle from top horizontal line is actually 10 millimeter. Again the same distance from the vertical line is also 10 millimeter. Location of the circle is specified. Now we can provide meters of these circles to provide 4 numbers of circles at specific locations, or we can provide some other relations like rectangular array also, but it is easier to make mirror. So we are starting mirror. Let us select the object to be mirrored, and we need to select the mirror line as this one. Done. Again we need to select both the objects. By control we can select multiple entities. We can provide a mirror to this one. Let us select the mirror line as this one. Okay, mirror is made. Right, our sketch is complete. Our sketch is complete and it is fully defined. So we need to finish the sketch, and that to be extruded to a specific depth. Right, starting with extrusion. So as a shortcut, enter Q, and we can select the specific areas to be extruded. Right, and depth of extrusion will be actually 10 millimeter. We are considering this one to be made up of a new body. Okay, done. Now the same thing to be provided at this location also. So for that we are having different operations, like we can provide this one as a linear pattern also, right, or we can copy the same thing and move it to a specific location. Different options are available, but easier option is actually to make a linear array. So create pattern, it will be rectangular pattern, and as it is a separate entity, we can select the body to be patterned. This is the body, and next to that we need to provide the axis along which the object to be patterned. Let us select the axis. This is the axis, and the numbers of bodies will be actually 2, and we need to move this one at a distance of 40 millimeter. Let us see this one from front view. Okay, done. Right, now next to that we need to provide some kind of pins again at these holes. So what can we do is we can start sketching on this plane, and here we'll draw some concentric circles of diameter 10 and 15 millimeter. We are providing these circles at any arbitrary position, and later on we'll provide the smart dimension to this one. Let us provide smart dimension to this one as diameter 10 millimeter, as second one will be having diameter of 15 millimeter. Now we can provide a relation that center of this one and center of this one will be concentric. So select the specific locations. This circle is concentric with this circle, and we can provide a concentric relation. This is fully defined. You can see the sketch is completely black, so the drawing is completely defined. Right, now we can make a mirror of this one again. Right, so we need to make one line. With respect to that, we need to make a mirror. You can make 2 lines actually. This is one line. Again, we can make another line, and this can be considered as a construction line. So select the lines again and hit X to make it construction line. Right, now start sketching mirror. Select the lines to be mirrored. Now we need to select the middle line. This is the middle line. Okay, done. The same operation to be done with respect to this horizontal axis. Select that circles. Now we need to select the middle line. This is the middle line. Okay, done. We provided 4 set of concentric circles of specific diameters 10 and 15 millimeter. Our sketch is completely defined. So finish the sketch, and we need to extrude this one to a specific depth. Right, let us rotate this drawing, and we can start extrusion from here. We need to select specific areas. By control, we can select multiple areas or entities. All the areas selected. Now we need to extrude this one in the backward direction, and as a distance we can select to object. We can rotate this one and select the back side of this one, and we are considering this one to be made up of different material. So in operation we are not joining this. This one will be our new body. Okay, done. Right, you can see in this case we are considering different bodies. This one is different, and these 2 rectangular plates are also different, and these pins are also different. Right, to provide appearance, let us hit A, and for the pin we can provide this one to be made up of brass. So we can provide a metallic appearance, and let us select brass. It will be polished brass. Even the inner pins also made up of polished brass. Done. Now the plates, let us consider the plates to be made up of something else. Right, let us select some other material for these rectangular plates. Let us consider the rectangular plates made up of some coatings of titanium nitride. Let us select the rectangular plates, and again this one, close. This is our body. We initiated the model with this central plane. It was done using some concentric circles, and that was extruded to different depths. Next to that, at the bottom surface we provided this rectangular plate with holes, and that was extruded in the upward direction to a depth of 10 millimeter. Again, after that we provided a linear pattern of the same thing at a distance of 40 millimeter on the surface, and finally we provided 4 internal pins. Right, so with this one we'll conclude our 29th exercise. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.
If you like this video, please subscribe and share, and if you have any kind of doubts, please write to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.